Today on Member Berries, toys from the 90s and 2000s. Tamagotchi, we don't get crazes like this anymore. Everybody had one. It was basically mobile gaming before mobile gaming was a thing, and we got way too attached to them. I cried more when mine died than when my hamster did. Yo-yos. This one I don't remember too well, but back in the 90s, everybody had one. And if you could do that trick where you spun it down and it stayed here at the bottom spinning away, it would make that sound, that noise. I could never do it, but I do remember everybody bringing them to school, and it was that specific type of yo-yo, the little things on the inside. The alien eggs, I don't get the fascination with these. I thought they were kind of gross and ew, like this gooey weird thing. But yet, we still had one. Those children's marketing teams could literally sell us a shiny, a shite, and we'd buy it. Furby. Fortunately for my own nightmares, I never had one. My sister did though, and if I can remember correctly, there was no off button. He just kept on making those creepy noises through the night. TY animal bear stuff toy things. I've just remembered now, while I'm editing this, they were called Beanie Babies. The sheer amount of money spent on these things was insane. People went bankrupt from it. You could probably run a tiny country with the amount of money you'd get from one of the rare ones. People were really into collecting these things. Bop it. I had a high score in the thousands. Until one day, when I was on a roll, attempting to beat my high score, and my sister walks into my room and on purpose distracts me from what I'm trying to do, beat my high score. The intense focus I had in that moment. In the end, I didn't beat that high score, and well, I can say that the bop it missed her head, but the wall certainly broke it into many pieces, and it was never played again. Heelys cost like walking ears for losers. Tap your heels together and roll. Also, the fast way to break your ankles, cause they were more uncomfortable than watching a sex scene in a movie with your parent. Skateboards and scooters, that punk rock dirtbag type vibe that everybody was into in the 2000s. Everybody had the baggy trousers and a skateboard, and yet nobody could do any tricks cause we all sucked and we didn't know how to learn or practice. So we all moved on to scooters, and then we could actually jump off the curb, and we thought it was so cool, and maybe somebody would do the thing when it goes around, and we're like, whoa, so rad. These scooters were so common, you just find them littered everywhere around. Kind of like the e-scooter things that you have today that you tap and go with. Except for those ones were free. Well, if you could scoot away fast enough. Also, tech decks, look, I still have mine. Wow! Tony Hawk, so cool. Game Boy Color. And like the DS later, getting Pokemon on the Game Boy Color was maybe the greatest gaming experience of my entire life. I don't think anything has ever come close to topping that joy that I felt playing through that multiple times as a kid. And then you remember when the DS came out, it was so fucking cool, having the two screens, and it was a touch screen, and those adverts where it's like, doo, doo, and he's moving all around the place. Even though the edges of it were like knives, and it would dig into your hand, and after playing for an hour, it'd have these joint indents, the cuts on your hand, because it was poorly designed in that front, but so cool and ahead of its time, as Nintendo tends to be. This robot dog thing, more crap that the marketing magicians managed to shove down our throats. It wasn't even that cool, and yet we all still wanted one.